Haru do the same thing.
This time not a double spawner,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
And it's also it's also on a pretty high cliff, so if blazes get knocked over, it's gonna be a bit harder to deal with.
We see False getting 2 more golden pickaxes.
Yeah. Already overlapping some of the initial crafts for his tower build. And it does look like we're gonna see lava fence from both of these runners.
False opting not to build a little ledge for the blaze to shoot at, unlike Haru. But doing pretty good with his blazes.
Yeah. Farming some flint right now. Meanwhile, Haru is doing the same crafting. Crafts 3 golden shovels. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's... Why would you need 3 golden shovels? For what?
Yeah, that seems a bit excessive, but I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
you don't need like a stack of flint. That's not necessary. Even in 1.7 with bad aim, that's not necessary.
Yeah. Ball's taking a couple hits here from the blaze, but has a lot of food, a lot of health. Seems to be fine. Overall, blaze fight going fairly smoothly for both runners.
Yeah, we see False already at 6 rods with a 3 spawn. 4 spawn.
With a blaze, okay, Haru had a blaze off the spawner, but luckily manages to kill it.
Okay, we see False already at 7, gonna probably exit.
Yeah,
Yep.
we see him running away now, killing that poor magma cube. That's so rude.
Yeah, I was just chilling and hopping around.
Anyway, it's a very early Nether Leaf actually, 6:30 on the IGT, so it has a lot of time to push cords before building tower. In the meantime, Haru just looks like he's about finishing this blaze fight, has 6 rods and a couple blazes in front.
Yeah, False definitely gonna push cars here. He punched a boat so that his hunger won't go down while
Yeah,
running. We see this desert opening up a bit. Pretty flat terrain. Very good for a tower.
yeah. Haru exiting about 40-50 seconds behind, likely gonna push cords in the same direction.
Yeah, going pretty much the same way, but not opting to punch a boat. So,
Yeah, might run out of food a little bit faster, although with 9 steak, it might.
yeah, and
Well,
I
it
believe
might.
some 30 carrots in the
Yeah,
inventory, so
we'll
not
still
gonna be
have
an
the
issue.
carrots, although it's gonna be a bit slower to regenerate that health. And False starting the tower dig really early is gonna be able to build back up with leads to make the next dig down a lot faster. I don't know what I don't know what he dug into the wall for there. But yeah,
Yeah,
finds a good spot. Doesn't have to deal with any caves, I believe.
yeah, pretty much only these 2 leaves on the way down, which can't be picked up by Enderman, so that's good. But having some,
Yeah,
yeah, so sometimes while going down, Enderman can pick up blocks on the side of the hole,
oh,
making
that makes sense.
item elevators useless because the items just get stuck there. But not seeing that here, probably not gonna see an item elevator anyway.
We're actually seeing the tower build come out earlier for Haru.
But did Haru dig down? or not?
Yeah,
Yes.
probably not, because I
Yeah,
couldn't have as much time post nether leave.
False is gonna break those leaves he plays pretty fast, so will
Yeah.
most likely. Oh, why is False going down? What happened? Did he
Oh,
forget to place
oh,
the
that
ladder or
is
something?
interesting.
I
Yeah, I might
mean,
have forgotten something. Oh, building back up again.
yeah, probably forgot the placement of this ladder, which is pretty unfortunate, but
Yeah, but it's not a huge time loss, I guess.
yeah, we've seen
Still
way worse.
on pace to finish this tower before sleeping time, but it's gonna be a little bit close. And also, obviously, it doesn't have the same time save on the dig down that False is gonna have from leaving the nether sooner. And both runners seem to be on fairly similar chords. False is about 80 blocks farther in the Z direction from farther from spawn, that is. So maybe gonna have a slight advantage going to the stronghold, but it's not gonna be that much. Is not gonna matter too much.
No, especially since this is the first version, so a 1 minute difference in basically the hardest version in relay is non-existent.
Yeah. Getting this thick dig down. And already able to set up the bottom of this hole.
Yeah, making a chest.
Oh,
3
item
chests.
elevator with chest.
Yeah, well,
Oh, has to deal with a bit of gravel here. It's unfortunate, but
changing the direction of the elevator.
yeah. Oh, places it incorrectly. Yeah, now it's done.
And actually, Haru beginning Enderman first,
Yeah.
jumping down.
I don't think he did take the time to set up the item elevator, did he?
No, we're probably gonna see a build-up or possibly a TNT exit.
So it's gonna be a slightly slower tower exit. But yeah.
Getting a couple spawns here. A 3 spawn from what I can see.
Yeah. And also a lot of spiders on the side of false too. So it's gonna be able to farm a lot of string.
Yeah, and leaving during the night so that you can kill spiders is definitely not the best play, especially in a tournament setting.
Yeah. So there's just a lot that can go wrong with that.
What does top fence do? I have no idea. If someone could enlighten me, I would be very, very grateful.
It looks cool, I guess.
No, I think it has a function, but
I
I'm
mean,
not
it
sure what it
probably
is.
does have a function, but it also does look cool.
Fence is thin, so you fall faster.
Oh, that's interesting.
Is that really the reason? Saves 0.2 seconds per cycle. Okay,
That is some insane optimization there.
this is not SSG. It does not
Yeah,
matter, I'm gonna tell you.
I mean, I guess you do have a lot of cycles in the 1.7 run, but still.
Yeah, but it's gonna be 2 seconds. You'll lose more time like bumping into a block. But it looks cool, I guess.
Yeah.
It won't matter because Paragon gets sub 18 classic. Probably, but it's not the better version for that. I am advised not to speak any further.
All
We're
right,
gonna
so we're gonna
see.
see false check the pearls. I
I didn't
couldn't
catch that.
see.
Yeah, it was
I
single
could.
digit for sure.
I couldn't see. I think that was either 6 or 8. I couldn't see which one it was. 6.
6.
So that's not a lot.
Yeah, definitely. With
Especially
the
for the
mod.
fact that rates are supposed to be boosted in this tourney.
But
So
it's only
maybe
14 minutes, so um yeah, I would expect this number from an unaltered version of the game, not from the race mod.
yeah.
False
Checking
checking
again.
again. This
Yeah,
time
I
I
cannot
don't
see
think
that.
they appeared. I think the
Yeah, that was
competition broke it. Oh my god, we see
oh,
Haru dying. Did
I
you
can't
catch
believe it.
that? Mods, is
Also, is
he
Haru doing
cheating?
trampoline?
Haru already leaving? What?
Wow. Yeah,
That
I
was
didn't even
some...
see him really check.
He's probably just counted the Enderman and sent it. Yeah,
Oh,
that's not trampoline, that's...
oh,
I'm not sure what that
he's
is.
gonna die on this cycle as well, but it's fine.
Oh, it's gonna be just
Set up
built up.
15 pearls.
Wow,
That's
very good.
interesting. This tower split is actually seems to be going a lot faster than it does for falls.
Yeah, False not getting lucky with the drops.
Yeah, I didn't notice Haru getting that many more Endermen compared to falls.
Yeah, it looked pretty normal. Getting an invincible skeleton at the top.
Hmm. I
Definitely
should kill an
1.7
extra
string.
spider for more string, but it doesn't really matter. And already throwing the eye.
I think he looked in the wrong direction.
Yeah, that does see where it is now. Going backwards on the Z. Going backwards on both directions?
Yeah, was
That
it
is it.
like... I'm not sure what example to use. Was it like right under spawn?
We're gonna see. But it looks like it might be close.
Yeah,
Falls apparently with 16 already. Doing the item elevator. And the Haru gets a pretty nice angle change here, so it looks like the Stronghold is very close.
yeah,
Also,
1.7 things for you.
if the Stronghold, yeah, it is going backwards on the Z direction, so False, by pushing chords more in the Z direction, actually went farther from the Stronghold than Haru.
That's pretty funny. But yeah,
Yeah,
the deciding factor here will be the tower split for sure. False living
yeah,
like a minute later.
and
Melon, more like melon, am I right? Automat, where are the tutorials you promised us?
and Haru seems to determine where the Stronghold is now. Gets an eye break, but I think has enough rods and pearls to deal with that, even if it's a 0 eye. And already digging down, so this is pretty good pace. It's not like tourney record pace, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely sub 20 pace with good dragon charges.
In the meantime, Falls seems to be about 100 or so blocks from the Stronghold still. Oh my god. Haru throws an eye on accident while trying to deal with the swordfish,
Yeah, but having
but picks it up.
16 pearls and 14 blaze powder, this is not
Yeah.
going to be an issue.
And luckily on 1.7 it's fine. Throws the blaze powder in the lava.
Yeah, I always like get flashbacks when that happens because it has happened to me before.
So yeah, 6 beds. It's pretty, I guess it's a pretty decent amount. If you're used to 1.7, it should be fine. False crafts his bow on the surface and now is digging down. So yeah, I'm not ultra far behind. Did, I think, manage to triangulate the stronghold a bit more cleanly. And Haru, oh my god.
Very good damage on the first bed.
Yeah,
Almost a
gets
third.
that stone block, like, not right up against the bed, but 1 block away, which is a bit scary. But manages
It
to
is.
adapt to it.
But it stood at the right angle, so no damage taken.
Yeah. Wow, some really good damage here.
Yeah, this is like pretty much
Some
the best
really
you can
fast
hope
charges.
for. Pass Crystal. Yeah, this is a pretty decent 8 fight. Could end it with 3 bets potentially. Oh, not anymore.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the last charge taking a while to come out. Dragon was already healing. Oh, we get another one. Let's see it.
Oh, that was
Wow.
beautiful.
Might be able to finish it with bow shots now.
Or a
Or
good
crystal. Or
Crystal.
another charge too. That works.
Yeah, we're
Damn.
gonna see a pretty nice sub 20 from
Yeah. On the
Haru.
IGT. Very well played run. Even though losing a bit of time on another exit, still manages to make up that time in the post nether split. And now we're gonna see a little bit of 114 coming out here. This pretty interesting buried temple.
Yeah, this is just inviting mobs to spawn in there. Like a nice creeper ahead.
Oh, God
Oh, and we
Apple.
see a God Apple.
So no shield this run, probably. Unless, we happen to have a runner forget that they have a God Apple and grab the shield, which would never
Ideally,
happen.
we'd never see a shield in a tourney. Because it makes you look, well, lame.
Yeah. Yeah, I prefer shieldless, fire resless. The feel of losing time to having to dodge blazes is so nice.
Okay, like, seriously, I believe if you can't survive without a shield, you shouldn't use a shield. It makes you feel too confident sometimes. We've
Eh,
seen many times
I don't
runners
know.
using shield die.
But yeah, it was looking like it's probably gonna be a Dark Oak. Yeah, I see the Dark Oak in the Duri screen.
Oh, we're
A lot
seeing
of Obsidian.
7 Abi.
Yeah, interesting. Wonder if there's another Blacksmith here.
Yeah, that
That would
would be,
be an interesting seed.
could potentially look in the fortress chest as well.
Yeah.
Or
Does see
play
a
zero. You could also do zero cycle with this.
through. Falls finishing up 1.7 here. Also gets a fairly good end fight, and now we're moving on to Paragon at 114.
Yeah, Paragon is definitely the more known runner here.
Yeah. Paragon opting to not run to the temple first. That's an interesting play.
Okay, I respect that actually. Like,
Yeah, maybe.
in tourneys,
Going
it often happens you need to get a lot of person tourneys. So if you don't get additional gunpowder while blowing up the temple, it might ruin the run.
yeah.
8 should be enough to get all the pearls, but it's better to be safe, I think.
Well, we're seeing a pretty decent amount of TNT overall. 11 after blowing up the temple for Zaduri.
Yeah, this is definitely not one of the seeds it pays off though. That's for sure.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, this is interesting. See, I think I would respect this play a bit more if Paragon happened to see the blacksmith and go for it early.
Yeah, that
Unless he did, and he's banking on getting all of his iron in the blacksmith, which is a pretty high gamble, I feel.
okay, so the chests were pre-generated, that's good.
Yeah, these are world files, so
Yeah, I
we're not gonna
mean,
have to deal with blacksmith randomness, luckily.
if the seed finders or the organizers didn't load the chest beforehand, it would still be random. So they had to manually go
Oh,
into the blacksmith and open it.
yeah, alright. So yeah, Paragon taking care to blow up all the, I mean, not blow up, like break all the job blocks that you
Yeah,
can
that
access
is
right now.
that is probably a very good play.
Yeah, it's a pretty good heads-up play. It's gonna be especially helpful if he manages to come back to this village before nighttime.
Which probably will happen because the attorney seeds are not very bad on proximity usually. It's
Yeah,
usually very straightforward. Um, Zeduri getting high up to find the lava pool.
yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
see it
should just
either.
be able to find it by running into the desert, maybe. Like, I think it's pretty rare to see a non-desert lava pool.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
not very obvious.
Paragon now running to the temple at about 3 minutes. The jury's still out on whether this is a good play or not, but still, it's pretty interesting.
Oh, that is a very hidden lava pool.
Oh, yeah, that is interesting.
And since Paragon is already in the desert, is probably not gonna find it. Honestly.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see.
Paragon saw it. Okay, if he did, then kudos. And
Yeah. Maybe it might have been easier to see from spawn. And that might have... Okay, actually, I'm not entirely sure he did see this lava pool because he's not
yeah.
exactly running towards it. Running into the desert now.
Okay, but travel time in 1.14 is also important, so it's not like he's necessarily losing time if this is the right way to the stronghold.
But he will have to go back to the Dark Oak regardless, so...
All right, this is... I thought the trees
Yeah.
on the right were darker. Never mind. Never mind.
Does manage to
It's bad.
find a lava pool. This is definitely not the intended one, though. It's pretty far.
Yeah, this is having to go back to the Dark Oak is going to be a handicap on Paragon's side.
Yeah. Bit of a weird portal setup. Forgets the block over there.
Ooh, and the
Oh my
Duri
god.
finding
Falls
gold.
into the lava.
The Duri finding gold in the fortress chest. 2 gold saves you, I believe, like 10 logs or 20 logs. I don't remember.
Yeah, it saves you 3 emeralds, I believe. 1 from the emerald that you get back from the trades, and 2 from the lapis trades that you don't have to do.
Yeah.
Also, another... I guess us talking about the God Apple is a bit of foreshadowing, because Paragon did craft a shield because he went to the temple second, so he didn't know there was a God Apple.
Oh yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Not gonna need that shield anymore.
Yeah.
But that means he will have less iron to potentially craft a double... Oh no, they have obsidian. No, never mind.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah, so not really necessary, unless they want to try and save that obsidian and go for Fortress Chest to see if they can never travel.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's doing that. I think you have to be pretty
Yeah.
crazy to like go out of your way to potentially look for some obsidian.
Except if you're Antricus, who did do that in his match.
Antricus is built different.
Right.
Antricus is a fraud. I'm sorry.
Anyway, interestingly enough, Paragon's still holding the shield. I don't know exactly why, but that's
I don't
cool.
know. To look lame, I guess.
Yeah, it just looks cool.
Agree to disagree.
Siduri already on 6 rods is only going to be needing 1 more.
Yeah,
There was already
maybe the
boost
shield
there.
is for wither skeletons. That's possible. But I
seems
don't
like-
think they're
Seems like
that
there's
much of a
better
threat.
ways to deal with Wither Skeletons, though, than
Exactly.
just standing there shielding. But yeah, Ziduri already going to be leaving the Nether. The pace is pretty decent. It's nothing crazy. It's 8 minutes, approaching 9 minutes already, and the portal was pretty far away. Actually, no, Paragon's portal was pretty far away because he went to a different lava pool.
Yeah,
I don't know where...
Ziduri's portal was actually quite close. So
Yeah,
probably
so
gonna
that's a good time
still run
save.
into the pace lock.
Is Paragon
I think.
already out, actually?
Is he? Oh dang.
Damn. Saved a
That
lot
is
of
like,
time on that on another split.
yeah, that is like Ontrica's classic world record split. That was pretty
Yeah,
pretty
so
fast.
was actually pretty benefited by the portal location. Had some pretty good terrain to it. And is actually leaving quite far ahead of Zaduri right now.
Yeah, if you go by real time, they're close, but by the time
Yeah.
of this run only, Paragon is quite ahead.
Yeah. What matters is he made up a lot of the time
Oh,
difference.
he found the lava pool.
Finds the lava pool. Whoops. But it's fine. So yeah, Suspicious Bee still ahead overall, but Paragon has made up a lot of the time difference for Cerberus here.
Yeah, then I have to
He's gonna
collect
blow up
every
the spot with
single
the house. Almost starts a forest fire on accident.
forest fire strats.
Yo.
Oh no, the roof is down.
It's a one block cave.
At least it was just like 2 wood, not
Yeah.
half a stack as you would get in 1.15.
Yeah, finding some. This is a really dense Dark Oak. Some pretty good
Yeah,
spots.
it's
Using the shield to protect against the TNT, which is interesting.
with the amount of gold you have, you could probably get away with like 6 or 7 blows with the
Yeah.
TNT.
Although forcing extra pearls might end up being a time save depending on the terrain to the stronghold.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see. It's gonna depend on which direction it is. Most of the terrain around spawn here seems to be pretty open, flat land terrain, but there's also a bit of swamp and a lot of water in this direction, so
Yeah,
pearls may or may not come in handy here. So
pearls
yeah,
are.
Ziduri seems to be okay. This is a weird spot to place the TNT. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah, Zidari not doing optimal placement for sure. But with this much TNT and this much gold, it's not gonna matter that much. They're gonna get
Ziduri seems to have. I couldn't quite catch how many logs he had, but seems
a
to
lot.
be 6 stacks, just over.
Yeah,
So yeah,
this
it's
is
pretty good
already
now.
enough for like 16 pearls.
So yeah, coming back might miss the start of the trading window by a few seconds, but nothing too big. And Paragon getting a lot of his blowing up done. I think all the TNT actually before he gets to sleep.
Yeah, Paragon in
And
front of him in like this run specifically, but the pace lock is gonna make it difficult to catch up.
yeah, Ziduri is having to undergo a slight bit of time loss here because he didn't break the job blocks like Paragon did, but already gets the villagers that he needs in the right
Yeah,
job, so
he slept
it's not that
before
big.
blowing up the forest, so it's not gonna be a problem. Seeing double Fletcher,
Yeah,
which is a choice, whether
creates
it's
his
right or
gold.
not. Yeah, already getting
Only 2 more
full
lapis and
trade.
is already gonna unlock pearls, which is very nice. Gonna be throwing this eye at under 14 minutes here, which is really good pace.
Paragon opting to throw the items into a chest which is gonna pay off for inventory management for sure.
Yeah, the nice chest inventory management. We talked about this yesterday during commentary for one of the matches about just managing your inventory without a chest versus using a chest. And I don't know. I
It
feel like
really depends.
yeah, it depends on like your style of inventory management, I guess.
And
I feel
also
like
it
there are
depends.
other ways you can do it.
Yeah, for sure, but it also depends on whether it's a Dark Oak run or a village run, because in a village run you're definitely gonna get a lot of trash anyway. And I don't think a chest is worth it in that scenario. Here
Yeah,
it might
but I
be.
think either way you get a lot of dirt from the explosions. You can split dirt all over your inventory, and then you don't have to like when it comes time to organizing your inventory, you can just throw all the dirt out except for like a stack for blocks, and you don't have to spend time figuring out what's trash and what isn't.
Maybe
I think
it really depends. I think for less experienced runners, a chest is definitely a good play, but for
yeah.
someone who's used to dealing with the inventory management, it might not necessarily be.
So Zaduri already well out of this village
Wait,
is going
did
to
Derry
be.
not buy arrows? Someone says in chat. I think he
Oh,
did.
that is
I thought
interesting.
I saw it.
I think I saw or in the scene once he opens his inventory, punches the cow.
Yeah, it would be a pretty outright stupid play to not get arrows in a tourney setting.
Yeah, it's definitely sort of a high roll. Paragon breaks the chest to get all his items back.
Yeah,
Paragon did buy bow and arrow, and yeah, Zaduri did not.
Ooh. Well, 1.14
So we're gonna
Dragon
see.
is not known for being very consistent, especially on purchase.
Yeah,
So this will be fun.
Zaduri is shearing a lot of sheep here to get more beds. I don't know if he had that many leaving the village. Might have just saved quite a bit of time on that. And yeah, throwing quite a few pearls here. Still has plenty to spare.
Yeah, I don't think throwing pearls in this particular terrain is a good
Yeah,
choice. It
I
was
was
like,
gonna say,
yeah, pretty flat terrain. You definitely want to save the pearls for a mountain or a dense forest.
but yeah, regardless, still making his way to the stronghold fairly quickly.
Hopefully not gonna get
Paragon,
punished for not buying the arrows.
yeah. Although there is a, I believe, there is a, I think it's a 3-minute force perch in 114. Or not force perch, I guess, because actually I don't remember if the 114 perch is standardized. I think it's not.
It
It's
is
just
forced. It is forced after 3
yeah.
minutes. But the
Yeah, I
data
know that
pack
160.
seems pretty finicky. So
Yeah,
yeah, from what I tested, it usually works, but not always. We're gonna have to fix that.
yeah. I was remembering that 116 had a standardized perch that didn't go above 2 minutes, and that's what I was thinking of. But yeah,
This is a 3-minute forced perch.
yeah. With and it's not standardized. Like it's not going to be the same for both runners necessarily.
No, it's not gonna be standardized. It's just
Paragon,
forced after 3 minutes.
Paragon getting a horse here, which is interesting. Does
Not gonna
the
pay off because we see Zeduri in an ocean with a dolphin.
yeah,
So that
but
horse
it
is not gonna be useful for long.
yeah, but it's still there's still a decent bit of terrain up ahead, so it's probably still a bit of time save, but not a lot. And I do appreciate that he did the smart play of punching both horses and seeing which one ran away faster to figure out their speeds.
Yeah, those are pretty niche strats.
Yeah.
But for 1.14 Classic, definitely useful. And we run into the ocean. I don't know if it was worth it. I think a 1 pearl throw would have saved more.
Yeah,
Honestly.
well, we don't know. As it seems, there is still more land travel after the ocean, as we see from Ziduri's screen, so the pearls might still come in useful.
Perhaps.
But it does look like Ziduri is really close.
Ziduri digging into the mountain.
Yeah, might be trying to get to the stronghold a bit faster by not having to dig up as many blocks, going for the mountain. Going for the top of the mountain, I mean.
Paragon with a really low render distance for some
Yeah,
reason.
trying to spawn a dolphin, I imagine.
Maybe, but this looks like cold ocean, so not many will
Oh
spawn.
yeah,
I
it
think.
is cold ocean. I did notice that Ziduri got a dolphin after a little bit of time, so maybe it's not all cold. Maybe you
It
might
was
run into a patch of
it
normal
was
ocean.
a regular ocean at the very beginning.
So yeah, might be losing a bit of time on this to not getting a dolphin because Ziduri had a dolphin for most of the way to the stronghold.
Okay, we see Zidori already nabbing the stronghold.
Yeah,
Obviously can't use preemptive since this isn't 1.15.
yeah, looks like a pretty sort of scuffed stronghold, which we've seen a lot in these matches,
Yeah,
interestingly enough.
most average 1.14 stronghold.
Yeah, they can be very good if you can see the portal room early, but if you can't, then it's usually very annoying.
Now this looks hard to map.
Yeah,
Possibly giving Paragon a chance to catch up a bit, along with the rest of Cerberus.
yeah, there's a hidden room that's only half hidden, and I think this is the last place. Yeah, it's the last
Okay,
place Aduri had to check, so the portal room is here.
so we
It's
will
a zero
see
eye.
the bowless, arrowless, and fight.
Yeah,
Not doing a safety bet, which
yeah,
I don't
going
think I agree with that, especially with no arrows.
through. But it's not, um, is Paragon digging down at the same spot? Might have been, actually. I don't know. Because Ziduri didn't dig in from the top, so we don't know what that looks like.
Oh, misplacing one obsidian.
Oh.
Hopefully not gonna matter.
Yeah, on that spot, I don't think it matters too much. I think
Yeah,
both
as
the
I
crafting
said,
tables.
1.13 Dragon really likes to change the purge block.
Yeah, has
With
9 beds, so shouldn't be having an issue with hitting the one cycle. Only possible thing that can go wrong is Dragon, like, maybe breaking a bed due to a bad
surely
side.
not. Surely.
Yeah, but that would
Nothing
never happen.
nothing wrong ever happens in Relay.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna see how this no half bow perch goes. Now it looks like it might be perching now.
Yeah,
It
that's what I
is.
say purge.
It's a fairly quick
Oh
perch.
no,
Oh my god.
misthrows a pearl.
It's still gonna
No,
get
don't
there
place
in
that bet.
time.
Oh, he made it,
Oh my god.
fortunately.
Had to do a high bed, but yeah. And the dragon I think is a little bit offset. I can't really tell.
Yeah, it's offset on the
But
obsidian.
yeah, with nine beds it doesn't really matter that much. So yeah. And we're gonna see
We will
Paragon
see a
nabbing to
completion.
the portal room right as Zuduri finishes. So it's gonna be a little bit far behind.
Meanwhile, Honey is starting 1.16.
Yeah.
They pretty
Ruin
nice.
portal right off spawn.
Yeah, maybe it's completable. It could be.
Doesn't seem like it. Well, it's gonna have the iron at the very least, but it's probably gonna have to kill the golem or loot a blacksmith here in the Savannah village. We've been seeing a
Par
lot of Savannah villages for 116 lately, and
yeah,
it's
it's
always funny because it looks like a 114 seed at first.
is it
Oh,
easy? Who
oh,
knows?
the chat. Mm,
Oh, please don't.
We might be having some issues here.
Surely it's a sister seed.
Surely it's a
Surely.
sister seed, right? It's not exactly the same. You know. Well, we're gonna see.
Aragon getting a perch? Or not?
Or not. Yeah, it looked like it, but might actually end up getting a slower perch than Ziduri, who didn't do half of. Oh, shooting some crystals like really late, which I don't know if I like that because it's just gonna interrupt the potential perch chance
Exactly.
for the dragon to fireball you.
Unless the dragon is already in a perch phase, it's
Yeah,
gonna fireball you, but this time getting a pretty comparable seed, I think. A comparable perch.
yeah.
Pretty bad
Also,
damage, but
yeah,
getting it
but a
with
lot of
6
beds, so
bets.
not having too much trouble.
And
And
so we're gonna see Misfit with about a 2-minute penalty, I think, compared
yeah,
to
we're gonna have to.
Honey.
But I believe we are getting a seed change.
Are
I'm
we?
not entirely sure though. Seems to be up in the air right now. Same Nether team, so yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. But yeah, in the meantime, Honey's in the Bastion, Misfit
Wait,
looting this rune portal.
does Honey's have the Bruntilda skin? Because it sure looks like it.
It seems like a modified Berntilda skin.
Maybe. Oh no,
I
it's
mean,
not.
it goes well with the bee theme.
Yeah. It's also bee themed, but I don't think it's the same one.
Yeah.
Doing the QE route.
Yeah.
Or at least half of it, because did the gold
Or,
logs just go up? I think they did.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, I can confirm that the 116 runners are being ordered to stop now. We're gonna be redoing the seed.
Wow, again in one match 2 times.
This happened yesterday as well. And I was also in the commentating booth for that, so maybe I'm just cursing these matches.
Probably.
Damn.
But yeah, so we're gonna see a new 1.16 seed. Will Misfits start with a delay, or how do we do this?
I think they're both gonna start at the same time, and then if necessary, they're gonna calculate the final times
Oh, okay.
to see who would win.
That makes sense.
But regardless, we know that Suspicious Bees is about, I think, 2 minutes ahead. Yeah, 2 minutes and 2 seconds in RTA.
Least scuffed
Alright.
MC tourney. Yeah, that pretty much sums up Relay.
Yeah, I've said this before, but the scuff is part of the charm, you know? It's what makes
Okay,
it fun.
does anyone remember the 1.14 tourney way back in the day? By
Oh.
I think Rediban was the organizer. That was the most scuffed MC tourney. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was so long ago.
Yeah, it's ancient.
I vaguely remember being around for a few matches of it, but it was like right when I entered the community.
Yeah, they I remember the world edited path to the fortress. No, Rediban, you did another tourney. Okay, I'm not sure who did that one. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to be waiting to get a new seed here for both of these runners, and then we're going to continue.
Wow, they even stopped the timer. That is so professional.
Yo,
The timer never gets attention.
I'm
But it
not
works.
entirely sure if they actually
Yeah, if they
put the
stop
timer
the...
back to. I'm not sure what they put it back to where it was supposed to be after,
At least
like,
it's not still going, okay? What are you
yeah.
expecting?
Yeah, I guess the budget is not high enough.
This is a
But
symbolic
it's fine.
timer.
It's okay. Subscribe to C School.
Yeah, I second that.
Yeah, subscribe to C School.
Okay, we see Misfit already
Oh,
beginning the run.
yo.
This might be a buried treasure seed.
Oh, Misfit not prepared to pauses for a little bit.
Did he false start?
I think he might have false started.
Yikes.
Um, that is interesting. I don't think it matters too much. All right. So apparently we're about to do countdown, and
Oh, that
all
was
right.
a different seed, okay.
Yeah.
Misfit will
So
be eliminated from the tourney for this mistake. Yes, he will be
yeah.
executed.
Yep. Death penalty. Unlucky.
Skill issue.
Anyway, the countdown should be coming out in a few seconds. Honey loads into the seed.
And it seems to be the one Misfit was originally at.
Yeah.
Yeah, both on the
The
same
one
seed.
his timer still says 3 seconds. Although Honey's timer says 6 minutes on the IGT, so I don't know what happened there. Seems
Surely
like
they don't
a
have start on old worlds
seems
turned
like
on.
a bit of a force and CAD moment.
Okay, who cares? Just run.
Yeah, the countdown is coming out. We might be waiting a little bit extra because of the stream delay, but yeah. So right now, the lead is 2 minutes and 2 seconds for Suspicious Bee, so Misfit is gonna have to make up that much time in order to bring the win to Cerberus. Misfit already starting. Has to change his settings first. And
Okay,
it does look like it's
both
gonna be
of
a
them
BT.
with the pie chart set on block entities, not what you'd use for buried treasure.
Yeah, maybe after the start of the previous run they had it set differently because that run wasn't buried treasure.
Probably.
But yeah, both runners finding the BT.
We see 5 gold and 11 iron, pretty stacked.
Yeah.
Wonder if we'll see gold armor from any of the runners, or just gold tools, which would...
Misfit crafts the gold pickaxe and shovel, and Honey does go for the armor, which is which is the safer play.
Yeah, not sure which I like more. In a regular
Yeah.
run, definitely you would want to make the gold tools, but in a tourney, the bastion might be scuffed, or you'd have to go through, like, I don't know, dig into it. Other weird
Yeah.
place.
I guess for tourney safety, it's better to make the armor, but I think Misfit is maybe unintentionally making the correct play here since he does have to save quite a bit of time over Honey here. And I'm not really familiar with Honey as a player, but I know that Misfit is definitely a very experienced 116 runner. Has been running
Yeah,
for
Misfit
years and has a
opting
lot of good paces.
to make the 2x1 portal instead of the L shape.
Yeah, it saves a bit of time on the portal split there, but I think Honey is still in the nether first, despite like visually starting a bit later because of the extra stream delay. So
Yeah.
a faster overworld split in general. And seems to find terrain pretty quickly here, whereas Misfit is still struggling, having to dig through a wall.
Oh, Misfit cheating. He saw the Bastion through a wall.
Oh my god. This really is a Force and CD moment. But yeah,
I think we
Honey is
should
gonna...
ban Misfit. Misfit has already committed too many crimes.
True. Getting some
Yeah,
interesting
getting to the
terrain here.
Bastion.
Yeah, unfortunately didn't quite find as open terrain. This looks like a... I actually couldn't see what the other rampart is, but this looks like a double single. Which is interesting.
No, I think it was single and triple.
I couldn't quite catch it, so...
Yeah, I didn't
not
pay
sure.
too much attention.
But yeah, depending on what it is, we might be seeing some special routes here for these runners. Misfit almost falling off with this wall run.
Misfit doing pretty advanced parkour.
Yeah. I think does make up a slight bit of time getting to this chalice. Tracks the pig with the gold there, but yeah. Overall, I think Misfit's play of not crafting the gold armor early might have paid off because, well, he does have to deal with a few piglins here, but in general, Bridge is a pretty safe bastion when it comes to that. You can craft gold armor really early, even if you don't have, like, an armor piece already.
Okay, gonna see the rain sex route. The augers. Yeah, and it is double single. You were right. I must
Yeah,
have.
we're gonna see the difference in the piglin hole coming into play here, maybe, because I know Misfit does a different piglin hole for this scenario. Oh, but getting a lot of zombie piglins though might be a bit. Oh, actually, Misfit going for a specialized double single route,
Oh,
which
that
is,
is
I think, a good
interesting.
play.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, I've never seen this. But the one I know is a bit different, but yeah, he set this up prior. Although might have a little bit of trouble getting the piglins to come in.
Should have went dip route. I'm
Yeah.
not sure that's the best play, Ultra.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, maybe due to the zombie piglins over there, might have had a bit of trouble getting enough pigs. Yeah, still
Yeah,
a few pigs aggroed on them, not going to the hole.
pretty unfortunate, but Honey doesn't seem to have that many more either.
Yeah, I mean, double single is always kind of hard to get piglins. There's just not that many to go
Oh,
around.
accidentally breaking the block. Fortunately, none of the pigs just flooded out.
Yeah, using lava to get rid of items, which is interesting. Just don't just don't accidentally drop your pearls in there.
Kind place would do Death Warp here. Yeah, true. The one piglin that comes to the hole doesn't seem to be interested in gold very much for Misfit.
Yeah.
Which is a bit sad since he has to make up 2 minutes. That's
Yeah.
the thing here, and he seems to be
Looking at Honey's
behind.
screen, he does seem to have quite a lot of stuff already. Maybe he could be leaving soon. Doesn't have 20 obsidian, but could be just doing home portal. But looks like he might be waiting on 20 here. Yeah, well, we're gonna see. Still waiting on trades, even though he has pearls and seemingly everything. Misfit Pearl hangs to the fortress. Went back to the chalice, maybe to try to get some more gold blocks, but there aren't any. So yeah, both runners is taking quite a bit of time with this Bastion split, but Honey already out now. I don't know if he got 20 obsidian, maybe he did, but yeah.
Seems to be pretty close. Yeah, has I think has above 20 obsidian.
Yeah, Misfit was 17 right now, so unfortunately taking a bit longer with his Bastion. I don't know if he's gonna attempt the home portal here. Oh my god.
Oh,
He gets flanked by
Christ,
Wither
Kelly.
Scorpion. But yeah, unfortunately, still has plenty of food. Not gonna have too much trouble.
Wonder if we'll see a blaze bat. That would definitely be
Yeah.
the correct play here. No, opting to mine out
Mining
the
out spawner
spawner.
with an iron pickaxe. I don't think I really like this play at all, I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
no,
Especially with 28 wool.
blaze betting is not blaze betting is the right play here. This is not the right play.
Yeah.
We see Misfit already in the fortress as well. We're gonna
Yeah.
have to fight a Skelly just like Honey did.
Yeah. Getting a couple of strays here. Could save some time by blaze betting, but at this point it might be a little bit difficult for Misfit to come back even with faster gameplay, because again, even if he finishes faster than Honey, Cerberus overall is still at a 2-minute and 2-second disadvantage versus Suspicious Bees, so he's gonna have to finish 2 minutes faster.
Yeah.
God. Misfit taking quite a bit of damage from that blaze that spawned, but kills it, manages to clear out the fire, and I think is just has a better blaze setup now than Honey does.
Honey
Maybe he could be
still
punching
having
out a
quite a
little
lot
bit
of
more of the fire.
Honey's still having
Yeah,
quite a lot of blocks in the spawn area.
yeah, but
So
already on 7 rods, so being able to leave earlier off of the previous advantage, and I believe has 20 obby, so yeah, we're gonna be seeing some triangulation here. Not using eye zoom, which is interesting. To be fair, it's what I like to do as well. I prefer OBS zoom, and I just find it more nice to use.
I don't know, I've never used it, honestly. I'm a
I see.
1.15 main, never thought it's necessary. And like
Yeah.
stopped running before this was meta, I think. So I'm not sure what you're talking about actually.
So yeah, we're seeing triangulation. Misfit only a little bit behind, like in like the IGTO this run.
Oh yeah,
And the stronghold seems to be about 1,000 blocks away, 1,100 roughly.
So about 150 blocks on the nether, I think.
Yeah, 136 says it on Honey screen.
Oh right, yeah.
So yeah, runners are going to be both going to the second portal chords right now. I think Honey maybe struggling a bit to find terrain that goes in the correct direction. And Misfit is actually staying still for an extra rod. It only has 5. But should be able to get it fairly quickly.
Oh,
Or
and the
not, actually.
two blazes don't
Yeah.
drop.
Gonna be wasting some time here.
1 in 4
I think
chance.
at this point, Cerberus has to hope that Honey gets some sort of choke here. Because it's gonna be looking pretty hard to make a comeback this late.
Misfit with 5 beds and 2 anchors, so pretty good on explosives. Might be a little too few for a 0 cycle attempt, but a good runner would still probably try it in a real run. In a tourney,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I guess it's gonna depend with how comfortable Misfit is with 0 cycle exactly.
Yeah, precisely.
And also, Honey also had like has a lot of wool still, even preserved a little bit by not doing the blaze bed. So we're gonna see if he goes for it. I'm not very familiar with them on whether he does 0 cycle or not. but we're gonna have to see. Does find the coordinates. In the meantime, Misfit digging to them, but isn't too far. Misfit purling in the wrong direction, interestingly enough. It's
And
going negative Z when he's supposed to be going
we
positive.
see I Spy from Honey.
This looks like the portal room. Yup, it's pretty quick nav. And we're gonna see here. No zero cycle attempt from Honey. But the force perch in 116 is, well, not the force perch, but the standardized perch is 2 minutes at most in this version, so it's going to be a bit difficult for Misfit to make it back in time. I think we're going
Yeah,
to
I
have
think
to see Honey choke the 1 cycle in order for Cerberus to have a chance here.
or Misfit could portal room travel and a zero cycle very quickly.
Yeah.
But
Well,
they're
we're going to
still 2
see.
minutes
Oh,
behind.
misses
So
the stronghold. I think built his portal a bit too high up. Could be
yeah,
trying to dig down here. Oh, and Honey gets a really quick purge. And we're gonna see. Has a lot of beds, so it's looking like this might be the end. And it is. So yeah, even though they didn't really start like as synced as they should have, I think this is pretty clear. Suspicious Bees was already in the lead, so I think no
yeah,
retime is gonna be necessary.
definitely not. Suspicious Beasts were 2 minutes ahead at the moment of starting this run, so
So yeah, it looks like Suspicious Bees takes the win over Cerberus in this match.
yeah,
And wow, it was a
GG's.
pretty interesting match. Not a lot of like, I don't think we had any big chokes from anyone
No,
today.
no,
Pretty clean gameplay all around. Unfortunately,
Suspicious Beasts were just slightly faster
yeah,
than every
unfortunately
version.
for Cerberus, just didn't quite manage to catch up. Just had like some slightly slower runs overall.
Yeah, we're
But
gonna
yeah,
soon invite the runners to our commentary booth, or like the post-game interview, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna have the opportunity for them to come in and explain their decisions, their mistakes, and whatever they
yeah.
want.
And Max keeps up his streak of losing every single prediction he's done. He's just cursing these teams, man. Yeah, we're gonna have to start. Yeah, we're gonna have to start bribing Max to gamble on the other team whenever it's my match.
Yeah, Max is gonna be our predictor. So he's gonna
Yeah,
predict whoever's
like
gonna
our
lose.
reverse predictor. Like he predicts the
Exactly.
opposite was gonna happen. All
Hello,
right, we're
hello.
seeing the runners come in.
Hello.
Hello. And we just need False and Honey.
False isn't coming.
Oh, False is not doing the
Okay.
interview.
Yeah.
That is fine. Well,
Yeah, well,
I guess
welcome
either
and
way, we
GG's to both runners,
yeah,
both
GG's
teams.
to both teams, and congratulations to Suspicious Bees on taking the win here. Unfortunately, Cerberus was just a little bit too slow. But yeah, it's a pretty clean match all around. Very well played from everyone. Not a lot of time lost on either side. It's just very clean gameplay.
Yeah, so
So,
now
yeah.
we're probably gonna go over the versions and have the runners explain and tell us what they thought about the seeds. So
Um,
yeah,
well,
1.7 runners.
False isn't here for 1.7, and the Haru seems to be having some microphone issues right now. So, I don't know how well that's gonna work, but
Okay, so
we
let's
can start
just
with 114.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
Zadurian Paragon, what do you think about the seed, the run, everything?
I thought it was a pretty good scene. Like the temple was juiced completely. I'm just wondering, did I go to the unintended lava pool, like in the
Yes.
desert?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think
Yeah,
you did.
I saw it on the way back, so that was unfortunate. Other than that, the nerve was great. Stronghold average. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, we saw a bit of a difference in overworld coming out for both of you. Ziduri opting to go to the temple first, whereas Paragon went to the village
Yeah, I thought it was like buried, and I thought that I needed like tools to get in, so I just went to the village first.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense.
that makes sense. But I think ended up crafting a shield early, even though there was a god apple in the temple, so maybe that didn't quite work out.
I mean, it's useful for the
Yeah,
stronghold, so it's not completely useless.
yeah, it was fine. And also, I saw you shield against a TNT in the Dark Oak, which I thought was cool.
No, just to be safe.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Here to interpret for Ziduri, who seed is good, lava was seems general.
Yeah, that lava pool
Yeah.
was pretty buried in the terrain, so I'm not surprised the runners had trouble finding it.
Yeah, that could have gone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that stronghold was quite interesting. It's very. We seem to be getting a lot of scuffed strongholds in 114, which is a bit interesting.
It wasn't that bad. Like I've seen worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Luckily, there weren't like too many paths off a starter, so eventually you both just came to the correct one.
Yeah.
Ziduri seemed to have spent a bit more time in the stronghold and seen some pretty bad overlapping with a mine shaft.
Oh yeah, and I think Paragon did go for the half bow, but Ziduri opted not to, which was an interesting play.
I only shot like four towers. Like that's what I usually do. I just give up early.
I mean, but it's still increasing your chances, obviously, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it didn't make up too big of a difference because you both got pretty fast perches.
Yeah, and obviously having arrows and bow gives you the opportunity to
Yeah, it was for
to
safety mostly.
save it.
Yeah.
Ziduri with a pretty risky play, but paying off.
Yeah.
I fixed my mic now. Stream can hear me. Ziduri said, "Seed was good, lava was hard to find, and he forgot half bow."
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I guess half bow is pretty standard, and 114 usually just go for it. And I guess now we can move on to. I don't know if you can get some commentary from either False or Horror right now, so we're just gonna move on to 116. Misfit and Honey, what'd you guys think about the seeds?
I think the seed was overall pretty good. Just didn't like the nether spawn was bored. And yeah, my gameplay was also not on point with stuff. Otherwise, pretty
Yeah.
good. Getting trip pigs was very bad, I'm not gonna lie. And maybe I should have looked around when I found open terrain because I didn't see the wall. It's always a bit of that doing pirate, but we could see.
Yeah, we saw some open terrain in the nether for Honey pretty early. I think he didn't have to dig through a wall to get to a bastion.
Yeah,
which they couldn't quite
Honey
see.
definitely went upwards and sooner or later hit some terrain and seems to have left our booth right now.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate, but yeah.
Maybe that's his protest against the bad seed. Maybe.
Yeah, I did like the double single route you did, even though it didn't quite work that well. I think there were just
It's supposed
there were
to get
just
more peaks,
too many
you know,
zombies. I think.
Then they didn't have. I think they all got stuck on the colors and they all ran away from the bastion.
Yeah, that's
maybe
unfortunate.
I
But
should have been throwing gold towards the hole, but that's not something I really do. But, yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. Honey did a more sort of just the standard route, like
Was
the
he
same route
Raynex
you would do
route?
for left triple,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and also
get
didn't
more
get a lot
pig?
of pigs.
Oh.
No, I think you both got like roughly the same amount.
Yeah, because I was looking and there weren't many pigs up there, but it's RNG, so I don't know.
Yeah, pigs in double single bastions is never a given.
Yeah, the rest of the run I think was fairly standard. Unfortunately, you lost a bit of time to that second portal not landing you in the stronghold. Did you miss the stronghold, or did you just spawn too far up in the surface?
I mismeasured.
Oh, that makes sense. I don't think you were that far, were you?
50 blocks off.
Honey also got a pretty similar distance and managed to get into the stronghold. And yeah, unfortunately, by that point it was kind of too hard to catch up. Honey just went to the stronghold and got a pretty fast nav and a pretty fast purge. So yeah,
GG's to Honey.
yeah. I don't know if we're gonna be able to hear from Honey or Haru right now.
Yeah, Honey seems to be stuck in the Team B voice chat. Well,
Haru has said thank you. I don't think either of them wanted to come up for an interview.
oh, okay.
Okay, so I believe we might be done. Oh, Honey's back. Okay.
Honey's back.
Honey's here.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you mind
So-
commenting on the 1.16 seed? Okay,
Yes,
Honey seems to
oh.
also be having issues of technical nature.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's fine. When's the next match, commentators?
It's in. Oh god, it's in 15 minutes, isn't
Oh
it?
my.
15 minutes?
boy.
Wow.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna stay here to commentate the next one too, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to leave to study for my finals. So yeah, I'm gonna say
So yeah, good luck with that.
thank you.
And GG's to both teams. It was a pretty good match.
Absolutely very close, very
And-
entertaining.
Yeah, I wish you all good luck with the rest of the bracket. And we're going to move on to the next match now, which is going to be M versus Colon 3.
Oh, that's a match.
What a matchup.
famed For its, I don't know what I was going to say then. What a
For
matchup
its
is that, then?
conciseness, I guess.
M:3 in chat, please.
Yeah, it's just the 7-character match name.
Alright, well, thank you all. And stay here. We're not raiding anyone. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the next one.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye,
For now.
see ya.
See ya.
See you later.